This storm is impacting parts of our viewing area, leaving people in the dark out there. Rebecca Lindstrom joining us this morning in studio.
All right, so Rebecca, you've been covering the outages since we started seeing this weather change. Where do we stand this morning?
I hate to say it, but in the past half hour, we've got about 5,000 more people without power. So that brings us to about 40,000 customers throughout the state that are in the dark this morning. Still a small fraction of the total customers, but many of these people, many of them have been now without power for 24 hours. Here is the Georgia power map, and we do have a few of these outages that are here right in the metro. And I want to go ahead and zoom in on this section right here. This is Holcomb Bridge Road and US Highway 19. About 2,000 customers without power. This has been a trouble spot since these storms began. Georgia Power saying, though, they do hope to have your power back on by 1 o'clock this afternoon. Fingers crossed. But when we are looking at the big numbers and totals of people who are dealing without power this morning, you know, this is the EMC map. These are the folks that primarily deal with our suburb areas, the northern part of the state, and they're telling us 21,000 customers without power this morning. All you've got to do is go look at Habersham EMC, and that's where you're seeing almost all of those customers, 17,000 of them here in this area. And for many of these counties, about half of the customers that they serve are without power this morning. Let's get out to 11 Alive's Chase Howell, who is in Cleveland this morning, one of these hard-hit areas. Chase, you just got done talking with emergency management. Did they say when power could be back on for these people?
Rebecca, so let me tell you this. So actually, I just, as you mentioned, just got done talking with the Deputy Director of Public Safety here in White County. And for those that may be waking up this morning in the dark saying, when could I see this? My lights turn on. I have great news for you. He tells me he expects everyone's power to be turned on today. But primarily, though, in those higher populated areas. But if you live in the suburbs or those rural areas up in the mountains, he says, you know, those onesies and twosies, as he's put it, you're going to be delayed into seeing your power being turned on. And he said, in fact, he's one of them. But also, another big thing that we talked about over Zoom was, okay, when can everyone go back on these roads? Are you saying that, hey, stay off of them? He's saying yes, but for right now. He's saying he wants the sun to come up a little bit so the emergency crews can go around and see, okay, where have these trees fallen and get them off the road safely, because a lot of these roads are private or they're, you know, up in the mountains where they're not these public roads where that's going to be the most immediate place they're going to go first. So keep that in mind if you're waking up this morning. All he's asking is that you stay off the road a little bit longer. Hopefully maybe around noon you guys can go out and drive and get your things done, what you want to do today if you have the day off. I know some kids here have the school off, so I just want you guys to remember two things. Your lights will be hopefully turned on today. That's according to the Deputy Director of Public Safety here in White County, and all he's asking is for you to stay off the road for a little bit longer, and hopefully around noon you guys can get out and get done what you need to. For now, live in White County, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
All right, Chase, thank you.